release sequencer. On my mark. 5.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. March.
Let's rock!
Welcome back to the Resupply with me, guy next door.
Me, DK in a bathrobe.
And me.
Bringing you your
Make more lights go boom.
weekly,
Ish.
semi-regular double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser Force ATG 5 at the good 5. Thank you for the sub. Is that a sub? Follow. Thank you for the follow. Wasn't paying attention. Appreciate you. Oh, boys, it's been a minute since we've been on the mic. Some things have happened. We've had a
Like
busy
a pro
couple weeks.
resupply. Like a pro resupply. We'll give you double taps when we say you get double taps, not before.
That's exactly right.
100%.
I'm a little out of it because I got thrown just before we went live. I got called out. The boys called me out. I'm currently surrounded by many scattered pieces of Lego. And as someone who may or may not be undiagnosed with certain, I don't know, what's the word for it? Not afflictions, but conditions.
Neurospiciness.
There we go. It's entirely too much color to be in my field of view. Spacker. I don't think we say that anymore.
Nah.
Nah,
bruh.
No. But coming on live on the minefields. Well, it is Minecraft Lego, so I mean we're rolling that like neurodivergence all in one little stereotype package. It's great.
There's something that's weirdly meta about having a physical version of a computerized version that mimics the same basic hobby as the physical thing in the first place. It's like a full circle simulacrum that's going on here.
What? Sorry. A
Look it up after the show. This isn't
yeah.
college. Get out of here.
I could definitely spell that. That's
I'm not
gonna
here
go
to
well for
fucking
me.
Teach you.
I like the bathrobe. I feel like we're aging into some of our personalities. He said simulacrum. I'm subscribing. Yeah, I'd give it up for that. I don't know what it means, but
Good.
yeah,
Good.
I assume
I got one sub for use of a vocab word, so I think we're doing great as a Twitch channel. No notes.
Is there food involved? Because I'm in board. How are you, boys? It's nice to see you. You doing well, DK? You doing well? Doing well, DK?
I'm doing okay. I'm wearing the bathrobe because, well, it's cold and it's more comfortable than a sweater. And as I was ranting you guys before the show, this is why I'm not fit to go back to in-person work. Like, you can't have this. I mean, you could, but then I really don't want to be known as that professor. Like,
Yeah.
Always wears a fucking bathrobe. I think he's a little.
He's clearly given up.
I can't take this man seriously.
He drinks his coffee from a hip flask. that kind of professor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was ranting to you guys before the show, I don't want to take up fans' corner of ranting about work for the first 10 minutes of the show, so I just did it to you guys before we went on air.
Yeah.
But since I'm not going to be ranting about work for the foreseeable future because I'm not employed, somebody has to.
Ain't gonna be me.
So like,
I love my boss.
So by default, it's got to be you, bro.
Sorry, boys.
This is wow.
There was no need for me to adjust the mic.
And you did it anyway.
But I was like, it's kind of annoying me. It's it's in a position I don't like, and I was trying to do it subtly, and I couldn't.
No, that was about as far from subtle as anything you could have done in that moment.
I'd take my shirt off first and then start fucking with it.
I mean, you might have been less subtle had you started playing with your Legos again. Like, that's pretty much where we're at.
I was like, I think we can skip past the undiagnosed ADHD part. I just watched it happen in real time.
I was just, I don't know why. It was like over here minding its own business. I'm like, oh, I should probably straighten that. Let me straighten that. Rubble. Sorry about that, boys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, again, that whole undiagnosed neurospiciness of some probably multiple varieties. Yeah. I would say it's a fairly safe bet that there's at least one of those varieties
rattling
there.
around.
Possibly more than one. Yeah.
This is one of like 5 occasions that we've had where I've been like, no, it's good that we have a video podcast instead of something that's just audio. Because most of the time, I don't think it matters. But there are some times where I'm just like, it's so good that we got the visual on that. Just that entire exchange. Please get that, somebody.
Yeah, that's my bad. Sorry about that. I like to keep a tidy workspace, as Than found out recently. So
sure. Yeah. We can call your workspace tidy.
Yeah.
Ish.
Everyone has to like high step.
The camera.
Yeah. You it's not normal for you guys to high step over boxes and random shit on your way to your desk?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not
all right then.
Depends on the day, but I try not to.
All right. So yeah, DK, you doing good. Than, how are you doing, bro? I hear you went on a bit of a excursion.
I mean, yeah, shockingly, less than 24 hours ago, just over 24 hours ago, I was still in New Zealand, so it's been a day of travel.
That's wild.
Miss you dumb motherfuckers already, but
miss you too, bro. That's like wild to think that yesterday you were here and now you're not here anymore.
Yeah.
Well, not here. You're here still with us, but
Yes.
not here. Fucking Mike.
God damn it, Steve-O. and now I know exactly how bad that sounds when you knock your microphone, because that's usually my trick, is knocking the microphone.
Clang.
Wow, that's real fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Huh, I should try to do that less often. To be fair, usually it's my cat's fault, and they're not here right now. So,
right. Are they still like locked up?
They're still they're still at the place that I board them. Boring logistical stuff. Anytime I travel, I always set to pick them up the day after I get home. Because I don't want to be in a situation where like a flight delay screws me out of being able to collect them. And then, because that just adds its own layer of stress. So paying for one extra day of boarding to completely eliminate that as a potential stress point is it's worth it to me. Yeah,
you're a responsible absentee father, is how we're gonna put that.
I mean, I pay my child support. I don't know what the problem is.
That's what that is.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was great fucking trip home.
Well,
oh my god!
For anyone who doesn't know, Than was down in jolly old New Zealand for just 8 under days. A couple of weeks, right?
8 days, and just so literally
just over a week.
Just over a week.
It felt longer. Granted, I only saw you on 3 occasions of those 8 days.
Yeah.
Which
so actually, you actually saw me more often than anybody bar Sneak and Ash, because I was staying with them.
Yeah.
So they had the misfortune of having to see me every day.
That living the dream.
Yeah.
How was your trip? Like how I assume it was.
Oh, it was so good.
Judging by the eye roll.
No, it was that was a good eye roll, just in case anybody is wondering. Or if you're watching or if you're listening to this later without watching the video. No, it was so good. It was definitely one of those things, like, even just when I first stepped off the plane in Auckland, and I'm still in the goddamn airport, and I'm just like, oh yeah, Right. That's how New Zealand feels.
Mm,
Because I don't know, it it really is just like it's just a vibe all its own, and people who have been there should understand what I mean. And if you haven't been there, you really should. Is basically what it gets down to.
mm.
But yeah, like overall, l- this was one of those trips where literally everything went right. Like I didn't have any moments of like, oh no, this thing is happening. I'm gonna have to adjust plans or whatever. Now, granted, my plans for the week of being down there were fairly minimal. Yeah, it was hang out with friends, go to the beach, play some lasers, play some pinball. My usual stuff basically. So like it wasn't like there was that much of a schedule to fuck with, but even within that, like there's usually always something
Yeah.
that
Even if it's as
is
small as like weather related crap, right? Like,
yeah,
oh, we were going
and
to go to the beach and now we can't.
yeah,
It
and
rained. Oh no.
well, and to be fair, like the first like couple days that I was down, Auckland weather was doing what Auckland weather does.
Yeah.
Where it was doing the like 4 seasons in a day during the summer.
Yeah.
So okay, fine, but not like terrible. Just like okay, well, yeah. So we're gonna get some downpours, and we're gonna get some sun. We're gonna get some more downpours. It's gonna be fine, and just playing around. It was great.
Mm.
Um, but then like the last like 3-4 days I was there, like Auckland just went like, oh right, summer, this thing here, and just a bunch of just totally mint days. It was
Yeah.
fucking great.
Mm.
Um,
So when
How's
you
the
move in,
humidity there in the summer?
shit,
yeah,
it's awful.
Okay.
In
yeah,
Auckland, it's awful.
yeah, it was not ideal because I'm also an idiot. I went running a few times. Yeah, fuck off. I definitely hit my cord. I'm sorry. I went running a few times.
It was the cat.
Yeah, I can't
Same.
even blame them because I've already said that they're not here. Because trying to get back in shape and just timing and this, that, and the other. And yeah, like the first time I went running, like because I'm stupid, I had forgotten about the humidity. Like it just didn't, like I knew, but it didn't compute out that, oh yeah, this is a thing that I'm going to be dealing with when I do this. And yeah, that first run in the humidity was very much just like, oh, you're fucking stupid. Because obviously, like Portland, like it's not that I'm not used to running in humidity. I mean, I live in Portland; it's relatively humid here. It's just usually when it's humid here, it's also cold,
Yeah.
and that is a totally, it's cold and it's raining, which is a totally different feel to, oh, the sun is out, and it just feels like you've got a wet blanket being thrown on you when you walk out the door. It's
Yeah.
two very different experiences.
Because I don't think of Portland summers as being all that humid, honestly.
Portland summers aren't, but Portland
Yeah.
winters are
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of all the rain. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like,
Mhm.
the humidity itself isn't necessarily the enemy.
Right.
It's the humidity with the, oh right, it's not cold.
Yeah.
It's
So,
Heat with humidity is definitely.
oh, dude, it's similar to Brisbane. It's not as bad as Brisbane, but it's
No,
because
not
we don't
close to
have the
Brisbane.
blistering heat as well as the suffocating damp. But
Mm.
it's
Correct.
I kind of figured based on how the weather was when I was there in the winter, but I didn't know
Yeah.
for sure.
So it was either the day Than turned up or the day before. We're looking at the forecast because just so happened that Hoodlum and his lovely partner Bridget were here at the same time because we had a disc golf tournament on, which we'll get into shortly. But there was a couple days in the lead up that were 100% humidity, and like just like, dude, this fucking sucks.
Humidity? Yes, all of it.
Yeah. As a rotund gentleman, I struggle in the humidity, and like all of this goes crazy. All of this fogs up. Like it's just DK, you understand as a spectacle gentleman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can't see.
We remember Cedar Point.
Yeah. Ugh. One of
The
the
time
worst
when
days.
people almost died.
Yeah. Is this a laser tag podcast or disc golf podcast asking for a friend? Yes. Both.
It might also turn into a pinball podcast. It could be all
We're
three.
all over the map. It's the off season. Dan, when are you moving to New Zealand? When are you coming down?
I'm definitely investigating the possibility on it. Like there's it as a serious answer. Like I don't have the paperwork hurdle.
Yeah.
Like that hurdle is already sorted. I've got my permanent residency. It's fine. Like I don't have that hurdle, which is great. However, that is not the only hurdle to the process. There's things around like with everything that's happening in the States, am I going to be able to liquidate my house? The job market in New Zealand also isn't all that great, really.
Yeah.
I've got pets that have to be moved. I've got, there are a few, large pieces of things that kind of all have to mesh in together in order for that to work.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah. I mean, it's not off the table. It's not as easy as just stepping on a plane and coming back and being like, okay, I'm here.
Yeah, I live here now.
Yeah. There's moving pieces to the entirety of it, which are real things. It's not. Yeah, if I was in my mid-20s and had the permanent residency and like nothing else, it'd be like, sign me the fuck up, like whatever. But unfortunately, I'm a responsible adult, trademark, and being a responsible adult means that there are things that would have to be sorted.
Yeah.
And
I can source you a van to live in.
Yeah. So
nice spot down by the river.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's definitely one of those things that it's like, it's not. It certainly wouldn't be any type of immediacy. Just because of everything that would have to go into it. So we'll see. Like, yeah, we'll see. I've got that's a future Chris problem. The next current Chris problem literally is like getting my resume and everything in order and updated from the last little bit, because
just tell them who you are.
That totally doesn't work. Because I'm going to need that whether I stay or whether I go. So that's basically the current Chris problem. And
let's pivot. So you obviously came down mostly to chill, but you did a couple of activities, extracurricular, while you're down here. Let's talk about the LFPBA, Ladies Football Association. You competed in a pinball tournament.
I did.
How'd you go? We're gonna get all the obscure shit out the way first, and then we'll talk about lasers.
So it was a 25-person tournament, and I finished in what essentially amounted to a 4-way tie for 11th.
Oh, nice.
12th, whatever. Like it was after kind of going through ratings and everything. It's like, okay, that's about where I should have finished based on the level of everybody else who was there. But I'm still mad at myself because I should have done a little better. Yeah, I fumbled something in my last game that I shouldn't have when I had things set up that would have let me move on at least one more round. So, as always, there's that as even when we play lasers, there's always things you look back on in a game and go, I wish I hadn't fucked that up because that could have been so much better. Just one of those moments. But yeah, overall, it was it was nice to get fake internet points in a different country. And actually those fake internet points have finally shown up in my rating. So it's like cool. I now have like the little checkbox, little thing that says you've competed in an international tournament.
Perfect.
So that's fun.
That's nice.
So yeah, so did that, was cool. Like pinball nerds are very much like laser tag nerds, and that you're all nerds doing a kind of a niche thing, and so everybody's like super welcoming and like, hey, this is cool that we have somebody visiting to do the thing. So that was cool. And then like honestly, the day before I left, I went to the other place in Auckland that had a decent number of tables, and played for a few hours there as well, because that's my current hyper focus. There's no undiagnosed neurospiciness here either.
Real quick, speaking
Sure.
of neurodivergence and like tangents, I just remembered something I meant to do at the start of the show. So real quick, I just want to give a quick shout out to Daz in chat. So I didn't get to watch the stream, but I've been seeing that Daz has been getting into some streaming. So if you haven't already, please go and follow Daz on Twitch. Hopefully I've not just made that up in my head. But I meant to give Daz a shout out at the top of the show. Go and follow his channel and give him some love, because
Done.
Laser Force community is a good one, and they usually get in behind other people creating stuff.
Yeah.
I watched you play pinball, not that night, but we went out for lunch, and I watched you play a bit of pinball. And man, you slapped those things like it owes you money. I didn't think that was a part of pinball.
It's very much a part of pinball.
Yeah.
Which to be fair, like I really didn't know either until I started playing in tournaments.
Yeah.
And started seeing like all like a bunch of like the higher level play.
You look like a bass player. Yeah, you fully like. It was wild. Dan's a hella sweaty player.
Nah, I'm not that sweaty when I play pinball, and not that sweaty.
Yeah. Unless it's 100% humid outside.
Well, it's 100% humid, and then maybe, but yeah, no, like I mean, just like with anything, you play something at a basic level, and you're like, okay, cool, and then then you get exposed to it at a higher level.
Then you
like,
learn to reset.
There's so much more to it than this. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. That's
when you've been crushing on Late Night Lunacy, and then you go to Space Marines 5 night and just get your shit pushed in.
Oh, what the hell is that thing? That, my friend, is called tilting, but it's not a tilt. What is the pinball term for slapping? Is it just slapping? Is it a push?
Nudge? It depends, like how hard you're hitting the table. Like slap saving is a thing, nudging is a thing, micro nudging is a thing, bumping is a thing, and they're all slightly different.
Yeah, I've been micro nudging
here.
For my mental health. I'd like to micro nudge at least 4 or 5 times a week. EC5 is for babies. Yeah, that's right. All right, well, so that's really cool. I want to create like some patches that say I micro nudge in my spare time. I think that would be kind of cool.
Got a whole new market to get into.
I know.
It's finally, you have the third product line with laser tag, disc golf, pinball.
speaking of disc golf, unless there's anything else you kind of want to talk about with pinball, aside from breaking the machine at lasers, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So as we alluded to, myself, Hoodlum, and Bridget, definitely, Si, definitely. We entered a disc golf tournament last weekend. It was a 3-day tournament, and was the New Zealand Disc Golf Open. So they had a bunch of international players come down from the States, across from Australia. Like it was kind of a big deal. So we entered, myself and Hoodlum, we were in the lower division. First day, Hoodie really struggled. I played relatively consistently, averaged all 3 days. He struggled the first day and then killed it the second two. So he ended up making up a bunch of spots, and I think he was 8th, in our division out of 30, which pissed me off because I really wanted to beat him, but can't have it all. I think I was like tied 12th or something. So, somewhere in the middle. We did all right. Bridget, however, she was in the MA2 division, which is the second up. It sort of goes MA1, MA2, FA1, FA2, FA3. She was in the FA2, and she ended up winning that division, which was fucking awesome.
Nice.
So she went home a champion. She got a trophy.
So what I'm hearing is she is a better player than both of you guys.
100%. So
nice.
her and Wayno, both really good. Wayno's one of those jerks that's naturally good at everything he does. If you guys have known, and both of you have, Hoodlum for a long time, anything he does, like activity/sporting wise, he becomes awesome at, which is infinitely frustrating when you've got a couple of years, experience on him. He's like, here, hold my energy drink. But he picks it up really well. Bridget, if anyone that knows Bridget is like a tiny person to look at. She has a fucking cannon of an arm. Like she consistently, I think she can throw like 90 meters. At my best, I can throw like 80. So she smokes the disc.
It's about finesse and technique.
That's exactly right. When she throws, you can hear it pop out of her hand, like it feels like a whip is cracking. It's it's so awesome. Good. She smashed it. So shout out to Bridgie because she killed it while she was here.
Nice.
They both stayed at my house and we played a bunch of board games and had a all around pretty bloody good week. Actually, they were here for like almost 2 weeks. It was awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, they might be coming back next year. Hopefully there's a contingent of LFDGA players that come down and maybe play one or two of the Tour Down Under events. We'll see. Pretty legit. Yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, it was a bloody good time had by all. Let's pivot, shall we? Let's talk about some laser tag because that's
we don't
kind
do
of
that
what
on
we
this
do.
show.
Not for the first half an hour, at least.
That's true.
Speaking of other things DK doesn't do, laser tag.
Just tighten that depression robe a little tighter. You'd be all right. That's a scream for help if ever I seen one. So we managed to get some laser tag in whilst you guys were down here. The Auckland members base, new and old, really turned out. And we got, I think it was close to 20 people. We had a couple of people had to pull out last minute. But yeah, it was close to, there might have been like 20 players that turned up.
Yeah, it was about that. About that.
Man, what a fun night.
The stats, it looks like about that, yeah.
Yeah, it was such a good night of Space Marines. We played 22, there you go. I think that was because all of Sneak's family all played. So that's an extra 3 players that we don't normally get right off the bat. It was a really good night. We played Space Marines all night.
the fact that Magrat came down and played for the first time in like 13 years was pretty
yeah.
impressive.
I might have seen her once in that time, maybe. So it was really cool to see her. Shut up, Mike. Shh.
Oh yeah, because you didn't come to the awards dinner in 23.
That's right. Yeah, I had planned on it. I had better things to do.
Like
Yeah, like be
like be
sick as a
sick.
dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
poor
yeah.
guy.
What else is new?
I'm so sorry you missed that party. It was
Bro.
really sorry.
There's nothing like it's always real awesome when you organize a sweet awards dinner and then you don't get to go to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you're just very selfless and you only do for others. You don't do for yourself.
Yeah, that must be it.
But
At least,
at least you
people
got to go to awesome awards dinners in Brisbane the last couple of times.
Oh, that still don't haunt my dreams and piss me off every time I think about them. Yeah, but Than, how did you feel about the night? How did you feel you went?
I was very glad that Sneak and his son and I had gone down on the Friday, so I could like kind of walk the maze and play a couple games in the maze like before it was Space 5 time.
Shake off the rust a little bit.
Well, I don't necessarily know that the rust ever got shaken off in the time that I was there, but yeah, I didn't necessarily feel bad. It was just very, very, very clear to me. It's like, oh, yeah, there's a bit of a cliff that part of my game has fallen off of. Because I played 6 games out of the 12 because I was managing injuries basically, and like it was 5 scouts and 1 ammo, and
Because it thinks you're a new player.
pretty much, and that's fine. I was actually very okay with that. Let's be very clear.
That's good because like you play Resup all the time at tournaments, so you don't need more games of that, and you hate being 3 hit. So all of the scout games, that's good for you.
Yeah, no, it worked. It did work out pretty decently as far as that went. But I could I could tell with my scout games, it's like, yes, there were things that I was doing that were good because I mean I finished out with like a decent amount of meta kits from the night, and I know I had 1 game with 7 meta kits and 1 game with 6 meta kits at scout. So it's not that I'm completely ineffective, just mostly ineffective, because there's just some lack of physicality around being able to move as quickly as I would like to, and just some other things like that. Now, the last game of the night, I got to play ammo with Steve as my heavy, and that was fucking great. If only because for amusement value, Sneak and Mag's son was our medic, so that was just kind of funny. It's like, okay,
family
cool.
business.
Yeah,
It's like, cool. I've now played Resupply with 3 members of the Trinder family. That's hilarious. But just the Steve-O and I, when we get on the same team, and especially when we're in positions that we know front to back, the level of amusing bickering that immediately happens at any given moment of the game, as we're just completely giving each other shit for getting old and slow at this point. Yeah, it was a really good way to end the night as far as that goes. Talking shit with one of your best friends in game on the same team, doing some cool stuff.
that was essentially you guys at Nats, right?
So you didn't overhear anything like that while you were reffing our games at Nats, right?
No, definitely not.
Anything like that?
No.
And being jealous that I wasn't also in on the banter.
Because you're like, I'm reffing. I can't do bants because they're actually concentrating on other stuff.
Yeah.
So I need to not take this selfie that I want to take with all 3 of
Yeah,
us. And,
that's
I'll just take a picture of their butts instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
it was both of America's asses. It was fine. But yeah, no, it was a really good um it was a good night. Like some of the people that came out of the woodwork, like Yappy came out of the woodwork, Imitation DK came out of the woodwork. It was just like, oh, okay, this
Yeah.
is pretty fucking great.
It was a shame we didn't see King. He was one. He's currently in the middle of house renovation, so he was like, "Dude,
Yeah.
I'll come if I can." But
No excuse.
yeah, yeah, it was a shame we didn't get to
What,
see
you're
him. but-
renovating at night? You can't do it at night. I
Maybe
don't
he
accept
is.
that. I don't
Yeah.
accept that.
Than here, Odin out. You could move to New Zealand. Could move here, or you could move to Sacramento, the most beautiful place in the world, and play laser tag with them. I heard Sacramento was the most beautiful place in the world.
I mean, you heard wrong, but okay.
Wait. Sorry, I heard it was 2 hours away from the most beautiful place in the world. That's what I heard.
That is reasonable. I mean, 2
Two
hours.
from all the most beautiful places in the world.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. East, west, north, south, depending upon if you're driving or in a plane. Yeah.
You would have come if you could have moved your job. Oh, yeah. I was half expecting that you were gonna turn up. Just last minute, be like, okay, I got on a plane and now I'm here. The vibe of the evening was real good. It's possible I was maybe one of the worst culprits for my attitude of the evening. I felt like there was a couple games where maybe I was a little bit too harsh on people doing dumb shit. Yeah, especially because
To be fair, to be fair, I think I told you this later. Like there was one instance where I had to like bite back really hard from chirping at one of the new players because you were already talking to them about something that they hadn't done right, and yeah, like the fact that you were already having the conversation meant that I did not chirp up in a very venomous way to that player. So it's probably better that you were already talking to them at that moment.
Yeah, and I hope I didn't dress them down too much, but like, it's a thing that I think is an important lesson to learn. Just the importance of doing when you tell your resupply you're going to go and drop 3 nukes, go and drop 3 nukes. Don't try for a missile and then
not drop the third nuke.
Just to ruin the timing on a base run, and ended up I don't know if it cost us the game. Did it cost us the game? I don't really pay attention to the winners and losers of the games.
I don't think it cost us the game, but it definitely put us into a scenario that we probably shouldn't have been in.
Yeah.
Now, there's also the thing that the scenario that I put our medic into was my fault. Like, I sent him ahead to do a thing because I was feeling old and slow, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have still gone first and made sure that the place we were going was actually clear and not occupied by know-it-all. So I definitely wear some blame for how bad that game went at the end through my own laziness.
Right. It was a pretty good game, and like I think we kind of coasted for most of it, and then we kind of got caught out a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit complacent.
Yeah, so just looking at the we ended up winning that game
Nice.
by 700 points.
Nice. Big win.
This is the last game you guys talking about?
Yeah. There was a lot of games that kind of went the distance, or at least went most of the distance. Like there wasn't a lot of elims throughout the night, and I think part of that was we had a good mix of new and old blood. And by old blood, I mean old blood. Some people that were really struggling by the end of the evening, but
right here.
Yeah, and you guys had hoodlum as your scout that game? Man, if you could transport this team back in time by 10 years, this would have been a complete slaughter.
Yeah. Although our medic would have been an infant, so it is what it is. We would have taken his dad.
Would have been fine.
Yeah, probably would have been all right. I had a game. I was playing Commander. This is probably one of my highlights of the evening. I was playing Commander. Hoodlum was the enemy medic. This was game. Hang on, what game was that one? At 2032, 832.
Ooh, a nice score there, Steve.
Yeah, good score. We lost the game. So whatever. But I did manage to missile Hoodlum twice as the medic, which always it felt a little bit paybacky from like years past. And he did come out and was like, dude, why you beat me up? But I think I took 19 of the 20
you did
medic lives, yeah, which felt pretty good.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta let that medic know who's boss, and in that case, it was you. Now, yeah, the fact that you did all that and then you guys still lost by 1,200 points,
yeah,
that's not ideal, but
not ideal.
Yeah, I would say, Essence, what are you doing? You're letting your medic get shit all over by Steve-O, but I guess the answer is you were out scoring enough points to win the game.
To his credit, he actually spanked me quite a bit that game. He had a really, really good game. And aside from like I did all right points wise, but I don't think a lot of my points came from him. And like I guess my job is to kill the medic, and that kind of is how it went. But good matchup.
He outshot you 20-17.
Yeah.
So 20 deactivations to
whatever it is. Yeah.
And then he also missiled you twice.
Yeah. Fat guy Steve can't get away. But yeah, it's actually quite a good matchup on paper, because you look at that game, you look at me versus him, and then our commander their commander Artemis versus Captain is our heavy. Pretty good matchup for that one as well. So I think that kind of speaks to why these games kind of go the distance, because the randomizer actually made some really good teams throughout the night. Like really, most of the teams felt pretty even.
I don't think there was ever really a game that was like super out.
Yeah,
I mean, like the 735 game and the 814 game, like those games are definitely, it's like okay, and I guess the 854 game where it's 41K to 22K. Okay, that game didn't go so well either. But yeah, like
so out of 12 games on a November night, you would expect that probably to be about the normal ratio anyway.
Yeah, especially like in our maze, right? Like where
100%.
Historically, it's a kill box. So
yeah. Well, and even in a completely evenly matched game, like one or two things go wrong for a team, and suddenly they're trying to claw their way back in the whole game, and they can't get back into it. It just happens.
Yeah. But yeah, like the games are so fun. It kind of dawned on me that maybe we should have maybe played something that wasn't Space Marines, but I think going in, everyone was like, we're playing Space Marines all night, right? Like,
yeah, and honestly, there were only two people that I heard make any noise about wanting to do something else, and that was Captain and Jim, because they wanted to play a game of laser ball. I was like, no.
Not tonight, boys.
Damn kids.
No, like on the drive over type thing. Like James was very much like when laser ball, and it was like in the car, I was like, no, it's not it's not happening tonight, kid.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah.
Just accept it. And he's like, okay. So
although
it wasn't that much of an issue.
He did tell me, did he tell me? I don't know. I think I overheard him say something along the lines of, man, playing this many Space Marines games is so awesome. I was like, I know, right? It's pretty freaking sweet. It's cool to have those young players that excited about just laser tag in general, because it does remind me of like when we were their age, because they're not far off. I mean, how old were you guys when you started?
I was 18.
18.
12 in my case.
Yeah, so I mean, you're
I take it
probably
back. No, I take it back. I technically would have been 17 because we went just before my birthday that year because Brenda and Kelly got me my membership for my birthday.
Right
So I
on.
would have been 17.
So I
when we
think I
started.
got my membership on my 13th, but like started playing on the regular like when I was 15. So just a little older, but like DK, you probably can relate to like that the joy at that age of like, hell yeah, let's go, let's play everything all the time.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really cool to kind of see that happening now with you know, a new generation, especially, you know, with the pedigree that Captain has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I don't want to have a podcast in 2 years that it's just us ranting about why does Gen Z hate Space Marines and only like laser ball.
I mean, to be fair, that might still happen.
That's true. But yeah, no, it was really cool being able to, you know, see, you know, what's been done with the space in Auckland because I mean
Yeah.
obviously like it's like you know Steve, you've made mention like as things have changed, you've made mention, DK, you were obviously there in 23, so you would have seen basically most of what the changes have been, but like
Except
for
the entryway that Steve mentioned in the last year or so. Yeah.
but
although they've changed it up again, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, but for me, you know, having been like 17 years since I had, you know, seen the thing, I was like, oh, okay, this is way different. But like the whole feel and vibe of the facility is like it's so much better than it was. Like the facility actually looks welcoming now, as opposed to just kind of tired and run down, which is really really cool. I did indeed, you know, I didn't, you know, let's be clear, I didn't break the pinball table. I just did something that was going to necessitate taking off the glass in order to resolve an issue.
He managed to shoot a ball where the ball not supposed to go, and then the machine like basically had a seizure, like trying to get it out.
It was too much mini nudging.
There was no amount of nudging.
Micro-nudged.
There was no amount of nudging that was going to free this ball, which was unfortunate because like the table that is like in the the table that's there is like it's a really good table, and like I actually had a really good game on it. The first game I played, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get some more games, and then I did that. It's like, well, fuck, that's done now. But like so really, other than that, yeah, being able to, you know, kind of see what the facility is now and getting a chance to talk to one of the owners and, you know, kind of, you know, hear, you know, some of what their plans and ideas are for the future of that site. Like
that's so passionate. That's the main thing, right? Like you can talking to Dom, like you can hear the passion in her voice when she talks about the place. Like what did she say? She was like, I was in here playing 2019 and was like, I'm gonna own this place. Like like that's really cool. That's a really cool story.
It's like, oh well, you said you're going to, and you have, and the difference going because I know that the previous owners also had a certain level of passion for the thing. They just unfortunately got really screwed by COVID and flooding and some other things, and so I can understand why, you know, why they're like, no, we're done. We've just had too much of a weird run as far as that goes, and that's fine. But going from, you know, Kev, who definitely had no passion for it whatsoever, like I still don't understand how he ended up becoming an owner. Like I genuinely do not understand how he said yes to
I know, it's wild,
purchasing the thing. Am I glad he did? Absolutely, because ended up being a huge net positive for so
Yeah.
many other reasons. I just don't understand how he ever
Well, he had
said yes to the thing.
he had the foresight, well, I guess foresight, but he was smart enough to bring in people in the early days to run it for him. Like I don't know if you remember Blair, that was like one of the first employees there was Blair and Hurricane, I think, were kind of the first. And Blair was awesome. Like I remember, and yeah, my memory at this point is a little foggy, but I remember him being really welcoming to player. He was like the cool older brother behind the counter, right? Like that kind of employee. So I think without those guys really kind of driving shit back then, like it wouldn't have happened.
Initially,
and it was kind of like obvious when things kind of slowed down for him and he was the one having to run everything because he decided, oh, I can't afford to pay anyone to run this business anymore. It's like, wow, dude, you're in trouble.
you should definitely still be paying somebody to run it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so moving from that to a set of owners that were passionate about it, but just got screwed.
Yeah.
In a variety of things that like were in no way their fault, and then them selling it to somebody else who is very clearly passionate about the whole thing and wants it to wants it to be bigger, a bigger thing. It's like that's pretty great. Simon, you'd love to see some maze changes, like make upstairs bigger.
Doesn't need it. Like it would be cool, but it doesn't need that. What it needs, I think, is a cohesive theme. Yeah. They've kind of tried to put some theming in the foyer, and whilst I really like the posters, it's still not a cohesive theme in there.
No, not yet.
Which is a shame because that's what the place needs.
I would say that's like more of a thing for Gen Pub for sure. Because
right.
I mean, at the end of the day, as Space Marines players, like
we don't really care.
Like theming is cool, but we don't need it. Like
we don't give a shit.
Just slap some paint on some walls as long as the wall. We care more that the walls are in the right place than what they actually look like.
Yeah,
right?
and that maybe the walls aren't totally reflective.
Also that,
yeah. There was I got fan off,
or the ceiling. Any of these.
Anything.
I got fan off the wall going up the long ramp. And who was it? Was you and Snake, standing up there, and I think I was the commander coming up.
Yes, it was. Yep.
Yeah, and I managed to get Than before I'd even cleared the wall. To which Snake was like, "Oh, that's blind." I was like, "Nah, dog, got him with the reflect." But not happy about it. But yeah, like it's cool to have those passionate people kind of steering the ship. Yeah, my main kind of thing is, in my opinion, for public, if you get the theming right, like it's so important because then leads to
God damn it! Wow factor for Gen fuck off. Wow factor for Gen Pub is 100% like one of
that's your selling feature.
Top reasons that they'll come back because they walk into a facility and they go, oh my god, this is cool, like right off the jump, like you've already won like 90% of your battle right there if 100%. They walk in and
that's how they got me. Like,
same.
The original Sacramento Laser Force for sure. Like that, it was stunning as soon as you walked in the door.
Yeah, because it was always castles and shit.
Yeah, it started like very, very, very conscious to like the medieval. It was like medieval, but that's like a kind of a time warp type thing that was behind it because it's like obviously it's laser tag.
Yeah.
So you have to have some kind of futurist elements, but yeah, very much leaned into that kind of medieval motif and like. So much of this the arena theming was named after stuff from Princess Bride, because one of the co-owners, like her co-name was Princess Buttercup, so they're big fans of the whole movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot of theming around that, but like the arena theming down to it. That fact that the targets were, it wasn't just the yellow target, the blue target. It was you got to fight the fearsome gargoyle and the wise old owl and the mighty Smaug, and right like. Just like that's cool.
Yeah, that's
some cool shit.
Yeah,
right there. And like the perks that they had like you had a sense of community because the first time I went there, I think it was probably after they'd run maybe like the first or maybe even 2 leagues they'd had. And you
That
go
would make
and
sense.
look at the plaques on the walls. They have pictures of like the Space Marines leagues, of the teams that competed. They had the Million Point Club plaques that were up there. And oh man, as soon as I was a member, I could not wait to get in the fucking Million Point Club and get my plaque on the wall. Like
Yeah.
that just, it was cool because it felt like there's a coherent theme and this is part of like a community. There's a whole thing here. Like just what you see here, there's layers of this that will go on. And it's like, oh man, like in comparison to like the Qzars that we had in town, I was like, yeah, just the narrative of this place is so much better.
Yeah.
Not to mention the equipment, but yeah. Even Gen 4 was, I'm sorry, RNT, but Gen 4 was so much better than Qzar.
So
I love you, RNT.
We've had discussions, with the new owners about the theming, and I think their vision is that they want to have different biomes in the maze. And I like the idea in theory, but to me, it's a hodgepodge of stuff. Like, and again, like I really enjoyed the work that Lucy did to in our maze while she was here painting, stuff on the walls. And as cool as they are as individual pieces, there was still no cohesion because the owners also then slapped up a bunch of like vinyl printed Space Marines because it's cheaper to do. And so there hasn't been a solid cohesive theme at Auckland Laser Force since its
ever
inception. Yeah.
Since ever.
And to me, the obvious theming is the upstairs area. That whole thing is a spaceship and it's landed like on a distant planet. Like that's the obvious thing for me because it has ramps up into the spaceship. You can easily put spaceship shit upstairs. Call it the bridge or whatever it is. If they really wanted, they could,
room,
whatever it is, they could cut that whole and this would be terrible for Space Marines, but they could cut that whole wall upstairs and put a window in or something, like, or paint it like it's looking out into space or whatever it is. But like, it needs theming, it needs props, it needs like a set built. Unfortunately, that shit's super expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would like make sense if you wanted to have like different biomes in the arena because that provides context for that, right? Like this is a ship that's landed on an alien planet. These are the different sectors of the planet. I mean, that's right. Like that's Metroid essentially, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Concept.
Yeah. Not that anyone else that plays now would know what Metroid was, but
I mean, there's still Metroid games, right? Like
yes,
like
literally a new Metroid game like just released relatively recently.
Yeah,
so...
which is awesome for anyone our age. But yeah, like I don't know, man. Like that's really cool to have like biomes and shit, but you got to make it cohesive.
The spaceship would do that, right?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Plus, that's kind of when you walk into our army, you guys have both been there. When you walk in, and clear that first green wall, there's the spaceship. It's right there for you to see.
Yeah.
So if that's, even if they, somehow made the green wall a half wall or whatever, that then lends itself to be the first thing you see when you walk into the maze is this giant spaceship. Whoa, that's rad. Let's go play in the spaceship.
I mean, it's okay if it's not the absolute first thing you see because it could, like, if you open into like you're in this like weird alien biome and then you turn a corner and you see the ship, like that's also. I think
but you
fine.
need that reveal.
But yeah, again, but keep the theming like in there. But, so but like you said, it's expensive. I mean, I've had these discussions because I think like the theme that Autumn, Aiden, and Disco have come up with for the proposed new arena, like, is great, but it's like to really make that visually appealing, like it's gonna cost money because like you need to have that kind of like the art, the setting, the feel to integrate the design elements.
I really, we've harped on about it, but I really love the leaderboard kind of stuff that you touched on. If your goal is to drive membership and drive community, then that stuff is
gold.
it's so good. And
Gold, Jerry, it's gold.
they have a massive wall in the foyer. As soon as you walk in, to your right, there's a big wall, and they've plastered that with a bunch of different video game themed Laser Force posters, which again looks cool. I'm not sure about the theming personally, but what do I know? That would be the perfect opportunity to have a leaderboard on that wall. Like if the first thing you see is this is Auckland Laser Force community, come and be a part of it, that would be a really cool use for that space. Especially if you have photos of like famous people coming to play laser tag, all that kind of shit, and people signing stuff and all those like personal touches that really drive community engagement. Like that's the wall to have it on, the main one you see when you walk in. But I don't know. It's not my business, so what do I know?
I remember the first time that I made it to the top of the last 10 games average leaderboard. And oh man, 13-year-old me thought that was so cool.
Dude, it and like the amount of people that will come in and they'll like rip off a code name from the top 10, top 20 lists, because they're like, wow, I'm gonna make an account. That's gonna be my code name, and I could be like, oh look, I'm up the top. See there, that's me. Yeah, I don't know.
It was not indeed him.
But yeah, all of that shit is stuff that like that would be cool to have at Auckland. But like, as we said, the ownership there are passionate about what they have and what they're doing, and their kids, they're excited.
Really, and again, having passionate ownership is literally like, I'm not going to say it's like 90% of the battle, because there's obviously more things, but I'm going to say passionate ownership is at least 50% of the battle, and it's probably closer to 75. The other 25% all involves like having the money to be able to implement the things that you're passionate about and want to do. But yeah, having ownership that genuinely cares about the thing and genuinely cares about it, not just in a, oh, I want this to make money for me way. I mean, of course we want it to make money because we want it to be around for selfish reasons. Like people still want to play, like for selfish reasons, please, yes, have it make a bunch of money. But in addition to the to that portion of it, just the being passionate about it, around it as a thing and as an activity and as a community and all that, like that is, it's such a rare thing, as we are all painfully aware of, because we have all experienced sites where it's very clear that the ownership and management and staff don't give a flying fuck about lasers in any way, shape, or form. And so having ownership that is just like, yes, we want to do this and this, and we want to go after these markets, and we want to do this to it. It's just like, having that conversation with the owner at the end of the night, like that filled me with so much like joy and happiness for what the potential of Auckland Lasers it can be with this ownership group. Just it's so good. So good.
Well, it's one of those things that I wouldn't really understand, like getting into that business if it's not something that genuinely interests you, because it's not like owning, like, no offense to people who own car washes, but it's not like owning a car wash, right? Like you don't invest in a car wash, probably. Maybe you are, but probably not because you're super passionate about the art of washing cars and really want to keep up on all like cutting edge technology, because that's just what you love more than anything in the world. You do it because that's an easy like turnkey operation that is probably going to net you some profit. But it's like, it's more akin to opening like a game store or a hobby store, right? You don't open one of those because you think you're going to make a ton of money. You open it because like you want to be part of the community that revolves around gaming, around Warhammer, Magic cards, D&D, any of that kind of stuff, right? It's like a passion project. You hope it makes some money, but it's like you're not just getting in the business just for that. So
Yeah.
I very much think of laser tag as like closer to that side of it of you can invest in lots of stuff. Like, why laser tag? Like, I can't imagine. I mean, maybe there are markets out there where it's just like, oh man, you know what would sell great in this market? Laser tag. Like, laser tag is one thing among many, among like entertainment for like young adults of a certain age that goes in cycles, and it, you know, occasionally becomes a lifelong obsession for weirdos. But in any case, right? Like, that's who it's marketed to.
Yeah.
Is like, you know, your young adults, people who are kind of like in adolescence. And there's lots of things that can fill that niche. So it's like, why invest in laser tag? Well, because you have to have some kind of interest in it. I would think.
Yeah. I mean, even listen to Dom like say, like in there, that like it's magic. This is one of the best things to hear your owner say. Like, yeah, I came here once and was like, I want to own this business because it's rad. You're like, cool. That's who I want to be associated with this, because I know that at least you're gonna do everything you can to keep the doors open. Yeah. Oh man, it was a really good night, really fun night. Thank you to everyone who came out and played. I know for some of you got families and early morning starts, and yeah, so we appreciate you giving up your time to come and have some fun playing laser tag with us, because
It was pretty great.
It was pretty great. It every time something like that happens, I don't know. Every time I go play almost every time, most times I go play laser tag, it reminds me why I like to go and play laser tag. And it's the times where you're like, oh, I'm too tired or too sore or whatever, and you don't go. You kind of
regret it later.
Yeah, or at least like it diminishes your love of it. But as soon as you step back in and start playing again, it floods back. You kind of remember, puts you in that mindset of, oh yeah, this is why I love doing this. It's so much fun. I'm a 40-year-old man who loves playing this children's game still after all of these years and decades of playing with my friends. Love it. Bloody love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be 28 years this year for me.
I know, it's pretty crazy, right?
It's wild, dude.
Ridiculous.
Dude, it was so good to see you again. Like, obviously, like we literally just saw each other in Australia, literally. But it was cool.
It seems like a long time ago at this
No
point,
way.
man. That seems like it was so long ago.
Yeah, it does.
Been a lot going on.
Yeah. If he moved to see him every week, doubt it. No, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, too much. I don't need to see it every week.
Every other. But yeah, it was really cool to see you. It was really cool to hang out. It was cool to like get to, because I think that's the other thing is when you go to Nats and you do get the opportunity to see all your friends and stuff. What happens is, because we've been doing this for so long, the friends that you're seeing, that group expands. You're up to like 30 or 40 people. You're like, oh yeah, I really want to see that person. Sorry, for me, it's 30 or 40 people. I really want to see that person. So you don't get, in some instances, the one-on-one hang time. Like there's usually always like
a group hang.
A group, yeah. So it was nice, like to just go out and have a feed. We had tacos at the beach, and it was
pretty fucking mint.
Pretty mint. It was pretty good.
That sounds like a pretty good day, just on its own.
Well, and
we had tacos on the beach.
Well, and it was one of those days where like Auckland turned out a stunner, and
stunner.
And it was just perfect beach weather.
Yep. No one's announcing any hours, nothing. It was great.
Mate's playing a gig. Check it out.
Well,
so shit.
Yeah. So hilariously, and I'm sure this is gonna be. I'm sure I'm gonna catch shit tonight when I go play pinball, because I'm fairly certain I'm going to do that tonight after this, because what else would I do on a Friday?
Jesus, yeah. Like I would be passing the fuck out if I were you.
You know what? I slept for 4 hours on the flight to San Francisco. I slept basically the whole flight from San Francisco up to Portland, and I caught like a 45-minute nap before this podcast. I'm fine.
He's good.
Ish.
When we got back from Nats, literally that was the day like our air conditioner broke. I swear to God, it was 150 degrees and I still passed out for probably 12 hours.
Yeah. But so Sneak picked me up from the airport, and literally within like half of that drive home, what starts sliding back, like my accent starts sliding. Like,
You bust out the occasional chirp. Jeff, want to pick up, bro? That's the
Sure.
one.
oh yeah.
I do sometimes
great.
forget having Australians in the house. Like, made me very much aware of my New Zealand accent. Because I'd say a thing, and they'd be like, "The fuck are you saying?" Yeah.
I need to speak bloody English.
It's the best. I had this idea,
Boom,
right?
got him.
Like I was thinking about this the other day. I think if we didn't call ourselves the Resupply Podcast, I reckon the Members Night podcast would have been all right for what we do, especially given that like we chat more candidly when we talk about lasers. I was like, that's a really good name. So that I'm putting it out there. If anyone wants to start the Members Night podcast, that's yours. You can have it. Go ahead.
Or we'll just rebrand that way when we go through some kind of scandal and we have to pivot to our next platform.
True. All right. Fucking yeah. You can use it until we want it back, and then then we're gonna take it back. You notice it way more when you travel home. Yeah, dude. It's actually like a stark contrast in accents. Because I like especially words like pen. Like, oh, have you got a pen? They're like, oh, pen. You got a pun? Like, shut up. Don't make fun of me.
And
anyway, it's very nice to be back on the microphone with you, gentlemen. Triple Tap renamed the Members Night podcast. I mean, they're welcome to it. They're putting new content out again. I see. I thought they were throwing out some shade. To who? To us? Fuck those motherfuckers. No.
No, there was already enough shade that was thrown our way on the last.
Was there?
Whatever the Loveland laser tag.
But we
It wasn't actually. It wasn't at us. Like there were a couple of things that were at me, and they weren't really shots that were taken, but it was just like in relation to like people's predictions before and in the aftermath of Nats, like where teams were ranked in that kind of thing.
Well, to them, I say this: exclamation, go fuck yourselves. Snuffle said, F you, to whom? To whom? To me? I hope it was to me. I did kind of overreact to a thing that he said during Nats. Because I'm a crybaby to the resupply in general. Good. We're gonna start.
Okay.
We're gonna start an East Coast West Coast battle. I can't wait. It was sick. No. If you haven't already, go and listen to all the things. Go and consume as much laser tag content as you can, because some of it's all right. What's up, Drink? Oh yeah, Drink was there. Drink came and said hi. Forgot.
yeah, he did. That was fucking cool.
That was really cool.
Nice.
I get a message. He's like, "Oh, hey, what time is Members Night kick off?" It's like 6. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come say hi because a little bird, aka Call Me Too, dropped the dime." So he came out and said hi. It was really nice to see him. Have cuddles.
Sweet.
Yeah. Right. I'm all hyped up now. I'm all angry.
Well, we already established before the show that you're a grumpy old man. So
True. After this podcast, I'm gonna go play with some Lego and calm down. I'm gonna readjust my microphone a bunch.
Play with Lego while you're readjusting your microphone.
Yeah. I got 2 hands.
there's going to be a lot of micro nudging that's going to be happening.
You know what? I did draw this, so part again, just fucking hyperfixations all over the place. I'm hoping this one sticks. So some of you know, I started carving greenstone or ponamu.
I'm aware.
Yeah, right. Than's aware. But I'm toying with this idea of like pop culture ponamu. And
pretty dope.
I've done a run. I did a Pikachu tail, which looks really, really cool. I'll bust it out at some point. This is the next one. This I don't know. It's hard to tell because focus or whatever. Focus. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
so little Eevee tail.
Oh That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
From the distance you had it previously, I thought it was like a flame design. I was like, oh, are you going for like a 4 elements thing? But
Well,
yeah. But I
so-
could see it more clearly once you got it closer to the camera.
I do have another one kind of in my head where it's like a koru spiral, and at the center of that is a flame, and it looks like a Charmander tail. So yeah, but it's my Pokemon range that I'm currently designing. So yeah, if anyone wants
Linking that
one,
right there.
let me know. It'll be among the many vocations that I eventually get bored of. Points to door. What happened at the door? I don't understand. Are you disappointed in my Pokemon range?
I think
Anyway.
she
Probably.
is, yeah.
I think so.
That's a
Yeah.
real shame because I
There's one thing that 2 hates. It's a good pun.
it's a good pun. Yeah, she's like, fuck those puns. You want a laser force one? What kind of laser force one? I'll design you something. All right, kids.
Just lightning bolt.
Yeah, I thought
Like the
about
lightning
it.
bolt logo.
I thought about it. Like, I kind of want just do the logo. You know what I did mock up? I mocked up the Resupply logo, but I'm not overly happy with that. So,
Fair enough.
yeah, it needs to be a little more clever. All right, kids. We don't have a show. Let me get my calendar. Hang on a second. I don't think we have a show next week.
Next week.
Because I think next week is we're going out of town to go watch the Mangawhai Skate Jam, which is a
Fair.
skateboard competition, and we go up north and go check out.
Nice.
So I don't think we're on next week, but we should be back for the remainder of the month.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the week after for you is Valentine's Day.
True, which is also
Ooh, Resupply Valentine's special.
which is also the myself and my wife. We got together officially on Valentine's Day, or day before Valentine's Day. And this will be the 19th year that we've been together. So we may or may not do something the following week. We'll see. Brother. But yeah, keep an eye out. We'll keep you guys informed in the Discords, plural. As we do. You'll be in Brizzy for V-Day? Ew. That's some sweaty Valentine's Day-ness.
100%.
Yeah.
All the
Keep
good
an eye
ones
on the
are.
Discord.
All the good ones are.
Oh,
That's
all the
valid.
good ones are.
Valid.
For Valentine's Day this year, I want 100% humidity. There's nothing like a bit of a micro nudge on Valentine's Day, especially in 100% humidity.
You feel to be a little more in the micro nudge.
It's all like a mustard these days. All right. On that note, thank you for joining us this week. I have been Guy Next Door.
I've been DK.
And I've been Than.
Always remember to mutually micro nudge, kids. We will see you next time we are on the mics. Ka kite anō.
I've been throwing daggers in places I wanna